Hey guys, so I'm going to talk to you about nature art. What is nature art? So nature art or environmental art is the practice of using found materials in nature to create works of art. It can include sculptures or paintings, materials found in nature or from the earth, like but not limited to leaves, sand, rocks, twigs, ice, flowers, etc. So nature art and permanence. Not all nature art is meant to last forever. Unlike artwork in a museum that is preserved and maintained to withstand time, nature art is often meant to be destroyed by the elements of nature. Environmental and nature artists aim to show the natural beauty of the earth and how art is all around us in nature. Art is not confined to paintings, but art can be anything and all things around us. Leaves blow away, ice can melt. Nature art is not meant to last forever. So we're going to talk about some nature artists. So Andy Goldsworthy. He is a British sculptor, photographer, and environmentalist. He was born on July 26, 1956 in England. He is generally considered the founder of modern rock balancing. For his artwork, he is known for creating sculptures with his hands, his teeth. He uses found materials like rocks, leaves, stuff like that.
I've shook hands with the place and begun. I wish I'd reached this point about an hour ago, before the sun had risen. What is extraordinary that I didn't expect, but I could only have dreamt of happening, is that the sun coming from there shines completely on both sides of the rock. So all the icicle is illuminated against that cliff, and I never had any idea that would happen. So the potential here is fantastic. When I make a work, I often take it to the very edge of its collapse. And that's a very beautiful balance. Oops.
Here's some Andy Goldsworthy art. What I love about the video is you got to see how Andy was creating nature art with twigs and a tree, and he messed up his artwork, but it didn't stop him from continuing to try again. Nature art elements are hard to work with. They're not always very forgiving. You can't always just easily add glue and stick it together. So you can see that he has rocks. These are leaves, twigs, more leaves. He creates a lot of ice sculptures. Here are some more of his artwork. A spiral of rocks, a rock sculpture, and then everyone has seen rock sculptures that are stacked on top of each other. Andy Goldsworthy is really well known for that. I wanted to introduce to you the spiral jetty. The spiral jetty is an earthwork sculpture by American artist named Robert Smithson. It is off the coast of the Great Salt Lake in Utah. It was created in April of 1970, and the sculpture is built of mud, salt crystals, and basalt rocks. The sculpture forms a 1,500 foot long and 15 foot wide. It is a spiral. We've talked about spirals. At some points during the day, the spiral is submerged in water. Sometimes it is visible. It kind of depends on the water levels of the Great Salt Lake. Artist Patrick Doherty was born in 1945 in Oklahoma. He is a nature sculptor that weaves tree saplings into whirling animated shapes that resemble tumbleweeds or gusts of wind. His sculptures also often represent houses or home-like structures made of twigs. You can see him and his team sculpting and creating them. You can see the size difference between our size and the size of his sculptures. So these are entirely made of twigs. You can see some are in trees, some are in urban settings, or some are out in the country. You can see that there are people interacting with some of them. And then what you are going to create. So I want you guys to go outside and find some objects from nature, whether they're leaves, rocks, sticks, seashells, sand, etc. You can think about color. You can think about shape, form, design, and composition. Create your very own nature art and send us a picture of it to either myself or Miss Messick at the emails listed below. Hi guys, so I'm outside and I'm looking for materials I can find in nature to create my nature art project. I'm going to think about things like color when I'm going to go look around outside. I want to find things of different colors, maybe different plants, different leaves, rocks, maybe different size rocks or sticks. I have some seashells that I have collected over the years, so I'm going to use some of those, and I'm going to create a video and show you the objects that I found and then how I created it. Alright, so I found some leaves, I found some yellow flowers, found one stick, a few nice rocks, and then my seashells. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about how I want to lay it out. What are some colors that go well together, what shape I want it to be, whether I want it to be a circle, a spiral, a mandala shape, whether I want it to be just chaotic. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so when I created my nature art, I knew I wanted it to be in a circular shape. I wanted to have my rocks be the outside, my border, and I wanted to have my leaves kind of go around between my rocks and my shells, and then I wanted to add these yellow flowers around my leaves to kind of bring out the color and to make my seashells stand out. Now you can go home and create your own nature art project similar to mine. I'm going to make another one inspired by Andy Goldsworthy and more of a sculpture. This one's more of a nature art, but I'm going to make a rock standing sculpture in a minute. Alright, so I created a rock sculpture inspired by Andy Goldsworthy's rock sculptures. Just stacking rocks on top of rocks, trying to create a balance. See, I have larger rocks on the bottom, smaller rocks on the top. My Andy Goldsworthy inspired nature art with rocks, leaves, flowers, seashells, and a twig.